Hey, there we go. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. How's it going there, chat room? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. Today is, oh my goodness, Vex! It's not going to read that? Oh my gosh, VexFX is rating us. 23 viewers are joining us right as I'm getting started. Thank you so much, VexFX. Yeah, there's the morning raid. So good to see you, my friend. And of course,
let me add some value.
And we're getting some value here. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Jeff Fritz.
Mischief.
Yes, mischief. We're going to have lots of mischief today. Oh yes. It's going to be amazing mischief. Stay tuned and find out. Okay. Thanks so much for the raid, Vex. It's totally awesome. Make sure you check out VexFX. Can I get a shout out for Vex? He's doing Hollywood quality, Hollywood level special effects over there on his channel. He also does some Overwatch gaming. He does some coding every now and again. He's another member of the Live Coders team. And it was really great to see you at TwitchCon, my friend. Very, very cool. Thank you for the shout out there, Carrie. Oh my goodness! And the Live Coders. There's a link to the Live Coders team. Let me start over. How's it going? My name's Jeff, and today is October 8th. Do I have that right? And we're gonna write a little bit of code today. It's so good to see everybody. We got a raid to kick things off. Got a couple of cheers to start things up here. My gosh, that's tremendous. Sean is here. Copperbeardy, hello. Smab, Killer Coder PT. Hello. CLW. That's Corey Hurricane Weathers, another live coder. So good to see you. Thank you for the follow there. Pixie Firefly. Appreciate you joining us. That is, yes, the House of Stark. I'm going to get to the hat in a minute. I'm going to welcome in everybody here. Job in PA. Welsh Ronaldo. DD Walsh. Another follow. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. All the follows. Look at this. Electric Coke. Appreciate you joining us. DD Walsh of Code Party fame is here. Good morning, DD. No donuts in Bellevue? No donuts? Come on now. Bellevue, get with the program. Carrie Payette, another live coder. Good to see you. And yes, winter is coming. Oh yes, winter is coming. Svava, hello. Welsh Ronaldo. Is it Bob and Gaz? Let me know. Hugo, good to see you. Funny Reinders, good to see you. Another live coder there. Cara Varlot, good morning. Welcome. Portal 7, hello. Let's see here. Janescu, hello. Winter is coming, indeed. In fact, I think it even says that on the back of this hat. Give me a minute, I'll turn it around. Yon Lyons, hello. Brian Lagunas, one of our latest live coders. So good to see you, Brian Lagunas, right there. Yep, I've got some G Fuel all set up this morning. Donuts and tacos. That's a funny mixture. Brocco is here. Good to see you. Yes, our birds, our Eagles are in first place. And then they're going to stomp the Minnesota Vikings this weekend. That'll be a thing. JAF 1021, good morning.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf? We want it now! The meatloaf! What's she doing? I never know what she's doing.
I don't know what she's doing. She's here. Hello, good morning. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. My gosh, we're going to have some fun. Once again today, we're getting back into Linux with .NET. Kind of weird seeing .NET with Unix and Linux, but trust me, it's a lot of fun. We're going to get into that today. Skull. Cut it out with the skull stuff. We're not doing that here. What do you think this is? Minneapolis? No. None of that here. Thank you so much for all the followers, all the follows, all the cheers. Of course, we're going to make donations for every cheer, every sub to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. As we do every quarter, we make donations to some sort of charitable organization. This quarter, fourth quarter 2019, we're donating to St. Jude. Thank you so much. Hey there, AA Ato. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, some hype for St. Jude's. Good morning, Mom. Good to see you. Before we get started, every now and again, I like to read a little bit from the long ago heard words of the Stan Lee. I'm reading, of course, this is from Marvel Team Up, Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel. I, of course, went and picked up my comics like I do once a month or so. And there's occasionally a column in here written way long ago by Stan Lee, the guy who was the created so many of these characters that we know and love throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, throughout Marvel Comics. And occasionally there's some really good points here that are just great to... No, not the power tools, folks. No, not Stan Lee. Stan Lee. Yeah, that guy. Occasionally he has some really nice words here that I want to make sure that we read and kind of mean something to us as a technical community when you think about the impact of some of the things we do. So I just want to take a minute here and read. This is Stan's Soapbox. This is reprinted from May 1969. 50 years ago, he wrote this, and I think it's timeless, some of the things that Stan wrote, but this was a column that appeared in many of the Marvel comics back in May 1969. Follow along with me for just a minute here. Stan writes, "For many years we've been trying, in our own bumbling way, to illustrate that love is a far greater force, a far greater power than hate. Now, we don't mean you're expected to go around like a pirouetting Pollyanna, tossing posies at everyone who passes by. But we do want to make a point." Man, Stan had a way with words. "Let's consider three men: Buddha, Christ, and Moses. Men of peace, whose thoughts and deeds have influenced countless millions throughout the ages, and whose presence still is felt in every corner of the earth. Buddha, Christ, and Moses. Men of goodwill, men of tolerance, and especially men of love. Now consider the practitioners of hate who have sullied their pages of history. Who still venerates their words? Where is homage paid to their memory? What banners still are raised to their cause? The power of love and the power of hate. Which is most truly enduring? When you tend to despair, let that answer sustain you. Excelsior." Yeah. There's something to be said there about the power of positivity throughout history. And of course, that was 50 years ago Stan wrote that. So let's be positive. Let's encourage. Let's lift up folks in our communities and do something positive together. Be creative. Be encouraging. The power of love, but not the one by Huey Lewis. I don't have that. I should have queued that song up. That would have been amazing if I had Huey Lewis and the Power of Love ready to go. Yeah. Frank!
Buchero's just resubscribed for 10 months. Great thought.
Yeah, thank you so much, Frank. Appreciate the sub, and we'll make another donation to St. Jude. 50th wedding anniversary this December for Carrie's parents. Nice. The Stan Lee. That's right. I should have had that queued up. It would have been great. So, unless they use no, we're not going to criticize folks if they use JavaScript. Everybody's welcome to use whatever technology they would like. But if you do bring that JavaScript in here, them horses, they're going to get active. There they go. All right. Let me get some music playing here in the background. So this is music decoded by, of course, by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. Scientifically designed. It's engineered to get you in the flow, to get you in that state of very productive mindset. Everything else just kind of fades away, and you get to focus on that task at hand. Today I'm going to play, this is called Gold. 25-minute songs. This is going to get you in the right mindset. And all those other worries are going to fade away. And whether it's writing code, reading documentation, writing documentation, you're going to have a really, really productive time. mtcb.pwop.com. You can run the music command in the chat room and get a link so you can get your copy. About, I think is it $35? And you can get 20 different songs right now at the website. Check it out. Hey, thanks for the link there, Gareth. Good to see you. Clownfish, good to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Batman. Good to see you, it's Batman. And TypeScript, JavaScript, it's so fun. We like to poke fun at JavaScript just because I'm so bad at it. All right. I didn't set a project yet. No. So we'll get onto that. Yeah, we don't want to hurt the horses. We're horsing around whenever we tinker with JavaScript, let me tell you. Thank you, Carrie, for setting a project command for us there. So, we've been working on, let me go over here. Let's show, I'm not yet in Linux yet. We'll get in there. Here we are. So this is the project that we've been working on, the Pixel bot that we originally started for our friend Quiltoni. And I didn't put the picture of her on this. I need to put the picture of what a Quiltoni is on the front of the code page here so that folks know what a Quiltoni is. Anyways, but we've been working slowly through these issues, building different features here. Gareth
Hubble just resubscribed for 15 months.
Thank you so much.
Jersey arrived today. It's very tight though. Might not be able to wear it for a while.
Oh, all right. So I've mine's a little bit tight as well. I've heard from some of the ladies that the collar is a little bit tight on the smaller jerseys, but it'll work out. So the fact that we've had so few folks report a sizing issue, I think is a good thing. So I know the Michael Jolly got his the other day, and Robert Tables got his. A couple other folks got. Carrie was wearing hers yesterday on stream. That was tremendous to see. Very cool. So love seeing everybody so excited about getting their Live Coders jerseys. So, oh, and CLW, you got yours as well. Fantastic. Almost jumped for joy. Oh my goodness. Did you see there were buttons in there in that envelope also? There should be buttons in that envelope for you. We're putting together, I was talking with Svava and my other swag consiglieres. Yeah, that's a thing. About what to do that would be special for TwitchCon EU. We got a couple ideas. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying we got a couple ideas. Your kids stole the buttons. We've got a couple ideas for things to do. So yes, I am wearing the House of Stark hat, right? The Stark sigil, and it does say Stark on the back there. Not to be confused with Tony Stark. The TwitchCon EU special for the live coders. There's definitely a thing there. Delete VB Live, says MJ. What do you mean delete VB Live? What? Huh? Tony Stark. Oh? No. We're not gonna. Do I still have some left? Oh yeah, I've got tons of buttons left. Tons. I'm gonna bring a bunch of them with me to TwitchCon. There we go. Not to TwitchCon, to Ignite. I'm sorry. There. Can we get a little? Can we focus on that? No, you're not gonna focus on it. Thank you, camera. Be nice if you'd focus automatically. But no, I don't. I actually purposely don't want it to. Clownfish. Wish you could code like Tony Stark. No. Erase what? Do I? Oh, well, the jerseys are custom made, and they have your number on the back, along with your channel name. So we're setting up so that we can actually do another run of jerseys. I'd love to do another run of jerseys for December. For some of the folks that have joined recently. And that'll definitely be a thing, because I want to make sure that all the live coders have a chance to wear some of this. And we're planning 2020 jerseys that are going to be different. So, chat room, help me out here, right? I mean, there's one jersey for everybody this year, right? And check that out, right? It's even got the sponsor logo over there. So what I'm thinking is, some of the discussion, some of the thought that I've had with the swag consiglieres is, we're going to do the home jersey. This is the dark jersey, this is the away jersey, but we'll do a home jersey next year. And we'll issue patches for whether you went to TwitchCon EU or you went to TwitchCon NA. If you went to Amsterdam, if you went to San Diego, and on the side opposite, you'll be able, or wherever, you'll be able to put those patches to indicate which events you went to and got your jersey. And if we mail out jerseys to folks, that's fine. You don't get a patch to indicate which TwitchCon you went to, but as something just a little bit extra to kick it up, have a TwitchCon patch that goes on there so that you could even stack them. So it says TwitchCon Amsterdam, TwitchCon San Diego, or whatever. Kind of like merit badges. Yeah. Light theme versus dark theme debates. Oh, we're not going there. Oh, no. No. So, a live coder's sash. Well, I want to... actually, have you seen... Jeremy Knight, have you seen there's a laptop sash that folks have made for the back of their laptop so you can stick merit badges and things to it. Patches to those. That was kind of cool to see. So, are live coders hats in the works? That's not a bad idea either. I've had folks suggest that I need a live coders hat. Oh yeah. So we got to take some of that to the chat room. There's also some discussion around having an affiliates of live coders group. Probably a Discord, but a loose affiliation of folks that enjoy watching live coding and want to be able to provide feedback and show their support for the team. You like the idea of putting a Captain C's on mine and New Opcats jersey? I was going to sneak and do that this year. And let me tell you, I got a little... If you saw the video that our friend Ninja Bunny recorded from our dinner, I got a little misty when I gave her swag bag. I gave her the first one after the sponsor, after Content Lab, and I got a little misty handing that out. So there is a separate Discord for the Live Coders team. I felt it was important to have a private space that streamers could talk to each other without any kind of pressure from viewers to discuss stream business types of things. So, coding language proficiency patches. I don't know about proficiency, but maybe just coding language patches. That would be cool. That's a neat idea, Jan Lyons. That's not bad. All right, let me get into the project today. We've tinkered around here a little bit. That is a neat idea. Leading lady, I didn't see you sneak in here. Hello, welcome. But having language patches and maybe even doing them as the hexagons that you've seen some of the sticker folks do. Chevrons or stripes for years on the team. I don't want to do... Well, let's talk about some of these things. My gosh, we're going to turn into a military uniform we get too far along here. Sourcegood is here too. Good to see you, Sourcegood. Michael Jolly, Sourcegood, both members of the Live Coders team. Yeah, there's interesting things that we could do there. But I want to make sure that we leave room because I think we're going to have at least 2 sponsors next year. I think. All right, let's get into this. Yeah, I don't want to look like a NASCAR jersey. Exactly, right? There are some esports teams that have sponsor logos all over the place. You also see this in pro sports. I'm thinking particularly Eastern European hockey leagues. They've got patches all over the place. It looks a little crazy. 1 or 2, at the most 4. I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 sponsor logos at the most. We'll see. So we've been working on...
Let me add some value.
It's right over here. I'm pointing in the wrong direction. I don't even know which camera's lit up.
Loving the Live Coders ideas and looking forward to what happens next.
Me too. So I've got a bunch of folks that have applied to be in the Live Coders. We need to review. We need to get them through. It takes a while to do these reviews. Each review that I do takes anywhere from 10 minutes to a half an hour. And I want to make sure that I give folks an appropriate amount of time. And I also want to make sure that folks that join the team are doing a little bit of teaching and they want to integrate and they want to collaborate as more of a professional society. And those of you that are on the team, that are in the Discord, you see there is a bit of that's happening where we're all trying to lift each other up and share ideas for how to make our channels better. No 15 pieces of flair, and not a live coder's biker jacket. What is that? So, yeah, we definitely want to have a collaborative spirit and get some folks encouraged to do some cool things together. So, all right, I want to talk about the project that we're working on today. We've been working on this bit right here, this user activity train, and this is a way for us to track and encourage folks that are doing the same type of user activity, whether it's follows, cheers, or subs. So there's a counter, there's some sort of a timer, and some appearance to these things. So we have a counter that's going to count up when so many new follows happen within a certain time period, and it'll extend that train, increase the count of the cars in the train, if you will. Oh, here come the C# and Java jokes. All right. Oh, leather biker jackets and let fairy wings add some chainmail to it. That could be a thing. Hats are definitely. You're oh my gosh, you're landing right in my wheelhouse there. You know. Ugh. Yeah. The sons of compilers. Okay, that's a thing. Desktop wallpaper and screensavers. Yes, I like that idea a lot. Can any of the live coders drop that in the general channel in Discord? I know we have some folks that are designer inclined on the team that might be able to help with that. Do I really like hats? I love hats. Live coders? No! Carrie, no. I'm not even going to read that one. All right. So we've been working on this project, and we're starting building a follower train. Right? It's over there. And the challenge that we're running into is to test when we receive new follower information. Well, that's a webhook that comes from our friends at Twitch. Well, when you receive a webhook, you have to have a public endpoint that Twitch is going to send that notification to. So when we receive that notification, right, I can't do that while I'm debugging and working locally or inside Hyper-V inside of our virtual machine that's running Ubuntu for us. So how do I set up so that I can receive that notification and test my webhook when I'm running all the way down here? So live coders soap with added caffeine and XML. Now, what? Oh my goodness. And Gareth hit on it, well, mostly because it's in the title of the stream today. We're going to use a tool called NGrok to set up a way for us to communicate with this endpoint, a public endpoint that we're going to tell Twitch to send notifications to. And that's how we're going to continue to build and test our user activity train. I want full screen. Connecting. There we go. I am C# Fritz, and my password, Bazinga. Wait, I've got that. Hang on. I can play that.
Bazinga.
There it was. All right. I've got to have my retorts. I've got a panel of retorts on the stream deck here, so I can say exactly what I need to when I start reading some of those comments from you in the chat room, because
Danger's my middle name.
it is. All right. Didn't even look at the title. You just use NGrok a lot. Oh, cool, Gareth. All right. Maybe you can help us out then with a little bit that's going to be happening here today. So small, like a... Oh, and CLW loves NGrok. Cool. All right. We've got a couple experts here who might be able to help out. Fantastic. All right. So, let's see what we can do here. So, we've set up this follower service so that it knows how to follow, how to connect to the Twitch webhook, right? Because Twitch has webhooks that we can subscribe to for things like new followers. And we have a list of different subscriptions out there that we're able to check out as well. But we're going to need to encrypt And this is where I'm going to run into a little bit of a problem here. We're going to, because quite frankly, I don't remember how to do this. We're going to need to look it up. But we're going to encrypt and send a payload up to Twitch that says, hey, this is my key that I'm going to use when I communicate with you, so that I get things with a little bit of protection coming over SSL from Twitch and with a layer of encryption in there, so that I'm sure that the data that I'm receiving is in fact from Twitch. It's genuine. I'm not being not the subject of a man-in-the-middle attack. So, and I'm definitely seeing, oh no, I'm definitely seeing ideas for a Live Coders store. Yes, it is part of Twilio Quest. Yes. Getting noticed for your code smell? Try low. How'd I mess that up? How'd I mess that up? I'm gonna read that again. Yeah, see that? Getting noticed for your code smell? Try Live Coders deodorant. No, don't do that. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Somebody's gonna clip that now, and it's gonna end up out on Twitter. It's gonna end up somewhere. So, hey, friends, do me a favor. Our friend Mike Brocky's here, and he's been starting a stream. And it's at NGBS. I'm gonna throw a shout out here. I want to make sure that that you folks know about his stream that's going on out there. Check out what's happening over there with Mike. They just started out 2 or 3. I do like that guy. Absolutely. I may have called him Angular Guy the first couple times that I was in Pittsburgh. But check it out. Someone to create a live coder ligature font. Well, that's a thing. Yeah, Angular's pretty good. Angular's pretty good. What happened here? Okay. So we're gonna send messages out to Twitch that are encrypted with some sort of a. No, I need to be in my Linux machine. Here we go. That are encrypted with some sort of a secret. And right now I'm just putting together a token that's my secret. But we're going to send a message out there that says, okay, subscribe to this webhook. We send some sort of payload, and we have to give it a callback URL. Where is Twitch going to send a message back to say, yes, I'm verified, I'm listening, and we can do something with this? Janesco says, here is badge ideas for TwitchCon badges for next year, like I was suggesting. Really? What's that look like? Lunar Lander Indie DEF CON 27 badge. That's something... Okay, hang on. That's not a badge that I think folks would want to sew onto their jersey. But, Carrie's here. This is something that I think... Right, this is a little bit over the top. This is something that would be really cool to add on to our TwitchCon attendee badges. That I know Node Botanist has done a little bit of this the past 2 years. They've put something like this on their badges. Something like this, I think, is something that a couple of folks on the team would be very interested in checking out if we could get funding for it. So... yeah, that's a thing. Very cool. Angry Little Hamster, good to see you. We are setting up what's called a webhook today that's going to listen for new followers as they're reported by Twitch. So we get instant notification when we have a new follower on channel. So I need to give it a callback that we're going to. Now the callback, we're going to specify this NGrok location. Right, so NGrok gives us a way to route from somewhere out on the public web to our local web server. So I'm eventually going to do something down here. Now I need to connect my account here, which means there's a rest of that key there that I need to key in that I don't want you to see. So I'm going to come back over here. Hello. and copy this into my console so I can start NGrok and get it all configured to work locally here. There it is. So that I get the proper auth token. Good. No, you can't share that endpoint. And I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all, Michael Jolly. Alka, you got your jersey, and it's on at the moment. Fantastic. Very cool. Love hearing that folks got their jerseys. And the pins, all kinds of stuff. And you only have to do that key thing once. So it's written it into my C# for its home directory. Fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Thank you for the follow, Daily Disclosure. Appreciate you joining us. And I've already been seeing you in the chat room. I'm glad you're having a good time with us today. Built-in Twilio functionality with the badge. Oh, there's lots of stuff we could do with a badge. Absolutely. Okay. So I've connected it to the account. Tried out by running it from the command line. Start an HTTP tunnel to port 80. So NGrok HTTP 80. Let's try running that. Right? Do that. And it's forwarding this location to there. It's forwarding that location. Now, we should be able... What happens if we go to that location? Right? Failed to complete tunnel. The connection was successfully tunneled to your NGrok client, but the client failed to establish... Right, because I don't have it running, right? There we go. All right. So let me try actually running. Oops. I meant to do that. All right. No, ls. Yeah, this is where I want to be. All right. So .NET run, so it starts the application. Now it's going to route to port 80, but port 80 isn't where it's listening, is it? Rats. Come on, hurry up, start up. Let's go. Come on.
You can do it!
There we go. I'm going to route to port 5000, which actually reroutes to 5001, which means that I need an HTTPS endpoint. All right. Yeah, that didn't work. I know this stuff didn't work because I'm not done building it yet. All right, so I need to change here. So can I say HTTPS 5001? Can I do that? No. Right. Is it TLS? Can I do that? No. Only pro and business plans may bind TLS tunnels. Fine. Then I guess we're going to need to be HTTP. Because I can't, right? Because I don't have a full billing plan for that to be able to connect. Right? You use HTTPS all the time? Really? Really? Thank you for the follow. Pushing Bits. Welcome. So wait, if I say HTTP, right? Oh, I could say HTTPS. All right. So can I say localhost 5001 like that? Okay. So now if I go to this URL, right? Right. That should tunnel all the way through to me. Cool. Which also means you can type in that URL in chat and get there. That one. All right. So now I have a way to get through to it. But that URL changes every time I run NGrok. So I need to be able to pass that in or do something to get that loaded up. Copper Beardy, thanks so much for the host. Okay, so if I copy this, and see if I restart. Well, I don't really need to restart, do I? So if I take that, go back over here, and if I make the callback, see, I'm gonna have to change that every time. That's gonna be a pain in the neck. Am I passing configuration in here? No. My thinking is I want to put this into configuration somewhere. So I would like to... I need to pass configuration in, or I need to get it configuration from somewhere. Isn't there a... Well, there's a channel configuration actor I've already built. No. Where can I get configuration from so that I can specify that URL while I'm starting things up here? Let's see, let me look at my startup class. And I do realize I left NGrok running so that some of you folks could bounce off of it, and you've been very kind and not wallop my machine here. Thanks so much for that. So, configuration is available, right? I could request iConfiguration and pass that along. Thank you for the follow. Anit in Chowdhury, welcome. Couldn't you ask NGrok for this and tell the actor this information? I could pass it as an environment variable. There is a way to set up NGrok as a plugin for this. I could tell it the URL. So I'm not passing iConfiguration into my channel manager actor. Do I really need it somewhere out there? Let me go over to that actor. Let me see. I don't remember. So these are actors. These are objects that are designed to do one thing and do one thing well. And yeah, I don't have a way to get configuration. So I feel like I need to... Well, I have... That has channel configurations. That's not a system configuration. There's a difference here. This bot is designed to manage multiple channels. There is a NuGet package, yes. I could use that. But for... Help me out there, friends that are using NGrok in your applications. What's the business value that I'm going to get by adding NGrok ASP.NET Core in there? Thank you for the follow. Wow, I don't know how to pronounce that. Abner Zika? Master? Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. So I want to pass configuration along so that it's available to these other actors. And I should be able to ask for configuration from somewhere. Clownfish. What is NGrok? NGrok is a tool that allows me to tunnel from a public URL to my local web server here. So I can, for the purposes of testing, have a public URL that comes all the way down into my virtual machine here. Yeah, secure introspectable tunnels to localhost. Yes. I feel like where's startup? Is configuration on here static? No, not that one. There's that. Startup configuration. If I need to get system configuration from outside and pass it in, right? You know what? I'm not going to worry about it for right now. I'm thinking too much about this. That's a little bit of plumbing that I don't need. So I've copied in, that's the callback. The callback actually, though, is not going to come to here. I want it to go to... Come here, you. This one. So this is going to be where we're going to receive that interaction from Twitch. It's going to be API/follower is where I want it to go. So I'm going to tell it to navigate to there /API/follower because that's the name of my controller, my MVC controller. So I should be able to receive messages at that location from Twitch and be able to inspect them as part of my debugging that's going on here. Now, at some point in the future, when I'm ready to publish this, I'm going to want to swap that out with whatever the URL is of where this is being hosted. And that's why I want to get it from configuration. I'm going to come back and figure out integrating configuration there later. The NGrok client has an API. You can use their API on localhost to get it. Yeah, but I'm not always going to be using it. See, I'm only using it when I'm in development mode. Right? So, great, I could query this and pull it off when I'm in development mode and get that public URL. I could do it, yes. Absolutely. For what I'm trying to do, that's way more code than I need to write for right now. Right? I'm just trying to get this thing connected. When I'm in development mode, yeah, I can set up a thing to do that whole thing. I'm just trying to get connected. So this works for right now, just dropping it in. Absolutely, for a better process to get that information, you're absolutely right. Let me get this working. Let me get it connected. You know? And you can also start a tunnel. Fantastic. I bet you that's how that NuGet package is doing. Basically, NGrok resolves a domain and buffers requests sent to this domain. Your application's on your local machine. Tap into the buffer, pop the requests, process them, send the responses, and forward responses back. Yes. It does stink that it changes every time, but that's okay. Mary Jo!
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yep, I got that URL. We took a look at the content there. We could definitely consume that if we're in development mode. I don't want to write the code to pivot back and forth between if I'm in development mode or not to populate that. There's a whole configuration thing there that needs to be done that I just want to get connected. There's definitely a whole thing and a science to NGrok. Let's just get this connected for right now. So, let's do this. All right, so I have the URL. That's where I want it to go. When it goes there, Twitch tells me that it's going to post back for validation when it wants to verify. If a secret was provided when you created, Twitch signs the notification payload using that secret. We recommend you verify the signature to confirm the notification is genuine. To verify payloads, you need to compute the hash properly. A common reason this may fail is unexpected string manipulation, JSON encoding, character escaping, which is done automatically by some web frameworks. To debug this, verify the content length, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So when it verifies, when it sends, right, when we do the subscription, Twitch sends me a request to confirm you requested. To confirm you respond to the request with the challenge token provided in the query parameters and an HTTP success response code. Okay. So It doesn't say what that's supposed to look like. Okay, so they're gonna issue a get. I'm gonna do a return OK, but I also want to do, just so I can start looking at what this thing looks like. Let's specify a constructor here for the follower controller. And I want to receive a logger factory. One of those. I need a using statement for that. There we go. Let's say underscore logger equals. And our friend Fierce Kittens last night was ripping me because of my underscore notations here. I don't know. We'll call it that so that we get a logger here, and I'll create that as a read-only field so that when this arrives, what I'll do is I'll say logger dot log debug. No, you know what? Log debug. Sure. Not an event. No. Not an exception. Message. And let's say payload from Twitch verification. Right, and I need to output what that request looks like. So that's going to be, can I do HTTP? No. Contact. Hello, I'm trying to capitalize things properly here. Oh no! Hang on. This dot, isn't there a context? HTTP context. Yes. Request dot content? Oh no, it's not gonna let me read the body. Ugh. Because that's a stream. So I need to read this body and then inspect and go through it. Nope, it's not log4net. The Bandit Dave, hello, hello. So I need to inspect what's coming in. So I need to set up a stream reader so I can read those. Plus I want to output information about the headers that were submitted. Let's log the headers first. So I'm going to write a for each statement here, right? That for each. There we go. In HTTP context dot headers? Can I get the headers? Where's the headers? No. Request dot headers? There they are. Lee. All right. Logger, log, debug. Because I want to inspect this thing. I want to know what's going on in here. So I want to output the header. Yep, the header key. Which, yep, that's a string. And we'll output the header value, which should be, yeah, it's a string values. Let's do a toString on that. So now I'll have the headers coming back when Twitch posts to me. Okay. The actual payload, I need a stream reader, which is going to be a, right? No. Stream reader. Come on, give me one of those. Right? Thank you. Let's scroll that up. How's that font size there, chat room? Hey, Fairy Wings, good to see you. So Twitch. Oh my gosh. Twitch does, for the verification, does a get. So I'm inspecting the payload when it does a verification here. No, it should be HTTP context request body. Okay. So I should be able now to do sr.read. I want to read to end, and that should give me, yes, a string. Good, 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 good. Right? Payload equals this. So now I should be able to put here payload. right? And I should be able to see then what Twitch is sending to me if I've done this properly, right? Oh, you're right. Thank you, Hugo. Twitch is going to do a verification get to me. They're going to send information to me using an HTTP get, right? There's 4 primary verbs that are in HTTP, right? When you interact with a website, you issue one of these verbs, right? When you just browse to a website, that's a get. When you click a button on a website to submit a form, that's typically a post. There's also put and delete verbs that you can do when interacting with a website. There's a couple others as well, but those are the 4 primary ones you'll see folks using. So I'm going to be receiving a get, a programmatic get from Twitch that says, hey, you wanted to use this. Are you actually there? Here's some validation information. Respond to me properly, and I'll let you continue working with the webhook. So I'm going to respond with this okay here. Thank you for the follow. And oh my gosh, a couple follows here. Thanks so much. I'm going to respond to the request for verification with just an okay here, which will fail validation. And that's okay. But I want to log the information that comes out of it so we can inspect it here, because Twitch's documentation around this is a little bit short. So let's see if we can inspect what comes out of this and take a look and figure out exactly how we want to integrate. Caparino, good to see you. You want to create a relative time helper some time ago in, I'm guessing for ASP.NET Core. Okay, but you don't know what to use for that. A tag helper or HTML helper? I would recommend a tag helper. And even then, I would suggest at this point, if you're using ASP.NET Core 3, I would suggest building a Blazor component, because it can be used anywhere, even client-side in WebAssembly. All right, let's get into this. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Let's see what happens when we actually hit this endpoint. You know what I mean? So looking back here at the code, I think this is all we need here. I think my follower service actor, we had an error that was being thrown over here. Let's see what that error was before we get too far. Error while creating actor of type follower service actor with 1 argument. Error while creating actor instance. Okay, so we have the constructor, we have a mismatch on how the follower service is being created. So let's see here. It takes a follower hub context and an HTTP client factory. Let's put a carriage return there so we can see everything. Okay. So this is being created. It says... I'd love to see some line numbers here, please. In Channel Manager... I'd love to see a line here. No line. Fine. All right. So it's in Channel Manager Actor, right? That's where it said it was in? Yeah. And somewhere in here it's creating there. Follower Actor. That's being created somewhere. Right there. And it's passing in just that 1 argument. So I also need now to pass in HTTP client factory. So am I receiving one of those up here? I should be. Or not. Hey! Thank you. Okay. So I need to pass in an HTTP client factory so that I can work with this. And I'm slowly moving into the realm where I'm passing in so many things into the channel manager actor that I could pass in the service provider and let it build these things inside of the channel manager actor, kind of delegate to that. For right now, I'm going to continue this. Yep, get service. HTTP client factory. I should be able to get that, right? Give me one of those. Cool. So now I need to add that as another argument here. I've got so many arguments. Right, these parameters that are being passed in. Let's open these up a little bit more. Right, HTTP client client factory, and this is what's going to let us make those requests out to. Yeah, HTTP client factory. That's a good name. This is going to let us make those requests out to the thing. Out to Twitch. So we'll do that. And let's say HTTP client factory. Is it me, or wouldn't it be nice if spelling was just a little bit easier to do here? Yep, we'll create a read-only one of those. So now, when I create the follower here, I'm not just passing in that, I'm passing in the HTTP client factory. Come on. Why don't you like that? No type found for implicitly typed array. Wah! That's right. How do you like them apples? Take care, CLW. Good to see you. Corey Hurricane Weathers. There he goes. I thought I saw some hurricanes go flying by. So that should build now properly and interact with that. All right. I think we can give this a try. Let's give this a try here, chat room. Let's see if we can get connected and we can get some information from Twitch. Hold on to your butts. Or not. No overload for create takes 5 arguments. What the heck? Alright. Startup line 98. Alright.
Oh my.
Right? Actor system, channel manager create, right here. Channel manager, oh! Right here. HTTP client factory, here. Client factory. I created a little bit of indirection here so that it was easier to create these and have some appropriate strong typing around the create of that. What? FK is here? Good morning, my friend. It's so good to see you. There might have been a picture posted on Twitter yesterday of Ms. Kittens and myself and our friend Node Botanist giving just before the workshop at TwitchCon. There might be a picture out there. There might. All right, so it looks like the application's running over here. Not that right now. That's on Windows. Back into the breach. Back into Linux. So, is this one still running? Can we do that? Cool. All right, so I'm logged in. So I'm going to join to C# Fritz, which should issue that follow command. Now let's go back over here. Oh! Gee, wow. All right, hang on. Twitch username does not appear to be valid. Start Twitch connection. Blah, 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 blah. Around pre-start. What do you mean it doesn't appear to be valid? Of course it's valid. So this is telling me that the bot isn't able to connect here when it's trying to start the Twitch connection at line 106 in the channel actor. Old school crap. That's right. Old school crap is where it is. Line 106 is where it's trying to do this. Let's see. Let's see. Here, my bot login name and bot password. So it's telling me that it doesn't like those. And thank you, kittens. I was just about to click that button. Appreciate that. That's not acceptable in our community. And you've earned a one-way trip to the ban bin. Enjoy the ban hammer. We're happy to swing it. Okay. So here we go. It feels like did I invalidate my login and password for this, right? This looks like I'm having an error during the connection and validation of the username and password that I have there. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch out of here to this view so that I can go get a new set of tokens. Yeah. Let's see here. Right, Twitch tokengenerator.com is where I like to go, and I'm actually going to I can at least show you this part. Right, so I'm going to twitchtokengenerator.com, and I'm going to log in and request a token for my bot. This shouldn't invalidate my other tokens that I have out there, but I think I already did. So here, right, request token for a user. No. Generate the token, and it should force me to log in. So at this point, I need to log in, and it's going to show me a password here. So I'm going to switch so that, sorry, I'm not going to share my login and passwords there. And I've got I got to go to my phone to do the two-factor authentication. There we go. Let's see, what do we got here? All right. Yes, authorize that. I am not a robot. That was weird. Okay. All right. And I'm going to jump back over to my Linux machine here. My Linux VM. I'm opening a new tab. And I'm going to go into my user secrets file here. Let me change out the password. There we go. I can show you this at this point. One second. Let me make sure that Windows window is closed. Yeah, we're good. All right. Back over to Linux. There we go. So I have all my files written into this user all of my secrets, my keys, my passwords written into this user secrets file. It's called secrets.json that's sitting here in Microsoft user secrets. See it there? It's just a way for you to keep passwords, IDs outside of your source code. So I'm going to restart and see if it can log in now. And nope, no secrets shown there. Nope, no secrets shown there. That was just a GUID to a location on disk. So we're good there. All right. So let me go back over to Firefox. To here. I'll refresh the page. All right, I'm connected. Go to configuration. Current channels. Let's join to the C# Fritz channel. Make sure we didn't get... Now, see, I've still got... Twitch username does not appear to be valid. Huh? It sure is. Right? And it's not appearing. That's interesting. That's really interesting because we had it running the same. Boom Boom asks, what do I think about Azure Key Vault as a secret storage facility? It's tremendous. That's a really great place to put secrets because then your operations folks in your organization can manage secrets in a place that only they have access to. And you as a developer can only request them when you're in an environment that's been granted access to request them. And it automatically hooks those things up when you're in Visual Studio, if you have access to it, or when you're in a production space running an application that has access to the Azure Key Vault. It will automatically pull in those values and overlay your configuration. Twitch has not changed their API. No, we're not trying to use Kraken v3. This is over here. It's in the channel actor here. It's trying to create a client to listen for these. The message that's coming back here, right? The username does not appear to be valid. That's telling me something. Right? That's telling me that, right, the bot config login name somehow isn't valid. Right? Do I have a logger in here? No. Of course not. Actually, there is a logger with the Akka bits. Right? No. There we go. Right, isn't there a way to base.self. No. I thought there was a way to hit the Akka logger. Right, and we did it over here. There, context get logger. That's it. Untyped actor context. Right, this was able to get the Akka logger. Right, is there... Yes, look at that. Fantastic. So let's... Right, let's... Yeah, here we go. So I can say log level debug. And let's write connecting to channel, and then the name of the channel. Where's the channel name? Config.channel name. Is it really? All right. With bots username, right? And this is where I'm going to have bot config login name, and we should be able to see that populated properly. So let's see what happens here. All right, stop that, rerun it. Let's see what happens here. I don't think they changed the API. You prefer to have a local on-prem vault since you have no control on who can access the Key Vault off-site. Actually, you do have control, because Key Vault you need to log into. You do need to log into. Alright, so let's go back over here, reload this page. Excuse me. So we should be in, we're running, okay. So now try to connect to C# Fritz. Now this says that it's doing something. Now let's see what it says here. Message, track new followers. Was not delivered. One dead letter encounter. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. Twitch username does not appear to be valid. Aka actor initialization. So did I get my log message here? Right, I'm seeing all these Signal R messages. I'm looking for the Aka message. Yee. Ooh, up here. Wait a sec. Thank you for the follow. Logic. Nice. Nice. I like what you've done there. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. All right. Well, there's my problem right there again. There it is. Rats. I did it again. Isn't there a properties file that's supposed to be setting this automatically for us? Hang on a second. Before we go too much further, I thought there was a properties file here. Right, now it's not under there. Actors bin, I don't see it here. Right, there's like a launch settings JSON. Yes, you cannot set up the Azure Key Vault to authenticate by a certificate. You can. There's a bunch of ways you can set up Azure Key Vault to authenticate. Okay, so I don't have a launch settings JSON in here that has that property. Let's see if we can, right? ASP.NET Core, right? It's launch settings JSON? Because I want to force it to be in debug mode. No, here we go. Honeypop asks, I want to do Blazor on Linux, but do you know any fast way to deploy? In IIS we have web deploy, but IIS doesn't exist on Linux. Well, here's the thing. On Linux, you're going to be using something like NGrok or Apache. You're just copying files. So, right, you can just specify, just copy the files to this folder, and NGrok will just run with whatever's there. Use environment name in the publish profile. Well, I'm not publishing, I'm debugging at this point. Here we go. So I want to create a properties launch settings JSON file. And I don't want to put 3 profiles in here. Ugh. I just want 1. You know? The application URL property in launch settings JSON can specify a list of server URLs. Use a semicolon between the URLs in the list. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that's what I want right there. All right. So let's create a folder called properties, and let's create launch settings JSON in there. This is typically created for you when you create an application inside of Visual Studio. We didn't create this application inside Visual Studio. We created it at the command line, if I remember correctly. So, this is launch, settings, JSON. Yeah, I'm using VI. That's how old school I am. Fierce kittens.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Don't tell her I said that. It wouldn't be pretty.
Okay. So I need oops. Alright, profiles. Right, something like that. Hey, I didn't want that there. Alright. And we're gonna insert something that... This is exactly what I'm looking for right here. So I'm just gonna copy that and just paste it right in there. I wish I could just automatically have this line up all the tabs properly. Where did that come from? I didn't write that. See, look, why'd you do that? I didn't want that. See, look, now I'm using the normal arrow keys and it freaks out at me. And now I'm sad. Yep, that's right. Next one. Right, and I'm a stickler for having these line up so that I know that it's well formatted. You know? So, why not use VS Code, hotkeys? Because I'm in VI. I could have done that. Oh, you're right, M. Holloway. My gosh. VI or die. Yes, that's a thing. Alright, so now let's try .NET Run, and it should load my... And it should be in development mode now because of that environment variable that we specified in the launch settings. There we are. Development mode. Good. Right, that environment setting is both a wonderful thing and it's also a curse. If you forget that it's there, you're toast. Now, I should have gotten it joining properly. Yes. But now here's the problem that we started running into. Message track new followers to channel manager A was not delivered. One dead letter existed. And that's because somewhere up here there was a thing. Here it is. So when it's trying to create the follower service actor, it's trying to pass in two arguments, the user activity hub and the client's exception. Error while creating an actor of instance. And it's not telling me the line that this exception occurred on. So now we got to go find it. Startup line 91. And I'm going to need to walk that down. Great. Well, we got that, right? Hey, look at that. There's Hugo. You're right. I should have just opened it in VS Code to format it, right? Because it's right there. That's not it. That's the build properties. Wrong file. Right? Because all of these files are right here. There's launch settings JSON. Hey. All right. It might not be logging that because I didn't save it. Oh, Jeff. Oh, Jeff. All right. So when it was creating the follower service actor, right? So we got this chain here. Here it is. Context of props create follower service actor. And it's passing in follower hub context and the HTTP client factory. Okay. So let me go back over to the follower service actor, which is what we're working on here. And it passes in those two arguments. Okay. So where's the problem? Right? This looks like it's doing all the things. No. What's the thing to save all? There is no save all. I thought there was a hotkey to save all. Let's go back and look at that message again. Eek. Okay. Error while creating. ACA actor initialization exception during creation. Error while creating actor of type. Exception has been thrown by the target of an invocation. Misused header name. Oh. Make sure the request headers are used with HTTP request message. Response headers with HTTP request message with response message. This is in... Okay, so this is a little bit further down in here. Thank you for the follow. Epic Varg. Welcome. So it feels like it's in here. Feels like it. I could be completely wrong. I probably am. Because it's giving me, the only line number it gives me is startup line 91. Exception has been thrown. Right, we're in the orchestrator setup. Orchestrator startup, right. So it's somewhere in the new here. Line 33, where do you see line 33? In the constructor on line 33. Ah, thank you. So it is in here when it's trying to create that client. Okay, so let me go back to... Let me go to startup. Okay. So... These are default request headers. And it didn't like... Oh my god, CJ Aliaga.
CJ Aliaga just resubscribed for 13 months. Video killed the radio star, not like this.
Thank you so much for that sub, and we'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital this quarter. Let's see here. Error while creating the... Okay, so it's saying... Misused header name. Make sure request headers are used. So... It doesn't... Which header name doesn't it like? Authorization or content type? Those are right. Those are... Thank you for the follow, One Bricky Boy. Welcome. Right? Those should work. Does it not like... No, I put the @ in front, so we should be okay there. Or do I need... Do I need to do it like that? Arizo, thank you for the follow. Alte1010, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome. Let me see if it's just that slash that it doesn't like there. Let's restart that. See if we can find it popping up here. And it should hit right away as it's doing the creation. Right, so we should see it hit. Right after it creates the website. Right? Do. So it's running now. Reload. There it was. Nope, doesn't like it. It's in startup line 91. It doesn't like this one. It doesn't like me adding content type. Right? Content type, that's legit, right? I can do that, right? Or is that... Do I have to set that somewhere else? Thank you for the follow. The Mindful Coder. Welcome. Yeah, at this point, right, I'm down in link. Ugh.
And then?
I don't know, and then. Right, well, there's the authorization header. Right, I mean... Uh-huh. And those are both gets. Ugh. No, I'm not. No, you should be able to do content type. I mean, I can change it to accept, sure. I can do that. And I shouldn't have to do this double slash because I put the @ sign in front. That should be escaped. We should be okay with that. Try that again. It's I'm trying to get around the escaped value there, is what I'm running into. So, all right, that looks good there. Let's come over to this, do a refresh. Yeah, I was double escaping is what it amounts to. Let's scroll up and see if that ran through properly. Maybe it worked. We might be okay. I don't see any errors. Let's see what happens. C# Fritz, join. Now tracking. Oh! Now tracking followers. Hey. Okay. Oh, wait a sec. Look at this. Received response not found. Womp womp. Started processing HTTP request post to API Twitch TV Helix Hub. Sending post request. Yeah, I didn't get any information. Thank you for the follow, AA2988. Appreciate you joining us. So I did the get, but I didn't get any information. Well, I did the post to API Twitch TV Helix Hub. Is that where I should be going? When I subscribe here? I didn't mean to pull that out. Put that back in there. It should be Helix Webhooks Hub. So I went to the wrong location. That's why I got the error. Womp womp. Alright, try this again. So when I'm doing... Right, it should be Helix Webhooks. Now, why didn't it... Well, wait a... Alright, hang on. Come back over here. So we're creating the client. Right? So we shouldn't be... So I tried going to just hub, and it turned it into right there. /helix/hub. It dropped the webhooks bit from it. So let's change it to webhooks/hub. Right? Or maybe I put a slash at the end of this, and it'll concatenate it properly. I don't know. You like the music, Mary Jo? Thank you. Yeah, webhooks can be fun, but once you get it working, it's amazing. Let's try that again now. See if we've formatted the URL properly. We'll get the post, and hopefully we'll get that first verification piece of information that we can start looking at here. All right, so that looks legit. Let's refresh this page so that we start running. Okay. C# Fritz. Now tracking channels. Okay. And so we posted, and we got a bad request back from Twitch. So why did we get a bad request? Right, I mean, we posted to API Twitch TV Helix Webhooks Hub. So then what? And it's nice, it came back in 0.2 of a second. I mean, that's great to see, nice and fast here. Try the request in a separate tool like Postman. I could. Did I fill out all the information that we're loading to them properly? Least in seconds. I'm passing 300 seconds. Mode is subscribe. And the callback is that location. Topic is follows. Oh! Oh! I didn't tell it who to follow. Right? So I need to give it follows, question mark, and then, oh, these need to be IDs. Okay. So I'm going to need to convert to an ID, right? Who are you following? You're following... So I need to say first equals 1. Okay, hang on. We're not passing the right information on here. First equals 1, and who you want to follow is the 2 ID. Okay, so I need to, for here, I need to pass the channel ID for the channel name. And we wrote a method to do that over here. Convert username to user ID. This. Which means we need a Twitch API to do that. You thinking what I'm thinking, chat room? I don't need no stinking Twitch API to do this. I can do it myself. The Twitch lib API. I can just hit the get users endpoint directly. Which I don't think... Oh, I do need... Well, that's get... I want to just get the... Not the user follows. Right? I shouldn't need... This should be an unauthenticated. Yeah, I don't want to get... all that stuff. Right? I want to just... I want to... not that one. I should be able to just hit the user information directly. There we go. Bingo. Accept application VND, Twitch TV, V5 plus JSON, and a client ID. And there we go. I'm not thinking donuts and bacon, no. Right? Sometimes it accepts the name without being documented. Really? Thank you for the follow, Oyevchenko. Appreciate you joining us. So, if I go down here to the webhooks reference, let's get user follows, right? And you need to pass in those ID numbers, is what it's saying. I don't want to... Now, I could call get users and pass in my authorization token. But I can't get users unless... Oh no, I can pass in their login name. Hey. Okay. Okay. So let's do that. Let's get that location. Right? I can do that. But I do have a different URL I'm going to need to specify. I think I can do that all right. So let's do this. Here we go. No, not var. That void var. Let's call this username. Username response. That'll work. Equals client get async get string async. Right? Because it's going to return that JSON payload. I'm going to need to convert it back. It's just so I can get the login name out of there. Or I could just have the ID. Well, I need the ID. I need the ID. Right? Store off the relevant channel info. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Right? In my channel configuration. Right, so I have configuration that I say for each channel that looks like this. So maybe next to channel name, we put channel ID. So that's just available. That's a good idea, Hugo. That's a really good idea. So then I can pass the channel ID around. All right. I like that idea. Let's back up. When we set up the follow, let's get the channel ID at that time, store it in this configuration so that it's available when we get into the follower bits. So we just pull that information at this time. Yeah, I think that works. Right? So that is in my core domain channel configuration. That's way down here. I have a core project that has my domain objects like channel configuration. And I have a string in here for the channel name. So let's make the channel ID another string. Because it's a really long number and I don't really care. Right? As long as there's an easy automated way to set that up when getting the bot. Hugo? You're right. So when we do that join channel, right? So we're going to come back to this in a second. Here. Right, so we receive a channel name. We check to see if the channel name exists. And we go and create a channel actor. Well, first off, we get the channel configuration for that channel name, which should include the channel ID. Right? Channel configuration actor, which is here. Which just knows how to get and save things to disk. Right. So when it gets one, it's going to get the configuration for channel and return, here's the configuration that I found. Now that context is an iChannel configuration context, which is here. It's just going to read this from disk. So if there is no channel name, no problem. It's going to try and find one. If there isn't one, it's just going to return it with the channel name right here and nothing else. So what I need to do is I need to check to see if the channel ID doesn't exist. Go get one. And save it. So how do I do that? Space Cat, thank you so much for the host. Appreciate that. So how do I go get the channel ID and save that? Well, it's this expensive operation here. So I should be able to pass in. Should be able to pass that completely in. Let me go down to startup. Right, so I have this Twitch webhook. I want to add another HTTP client. Twitch users. Now let's call this just Twitch API. Well, I could use the same one if I just drop the webhooks here, right? Go back over here. Make this webhooks/hub. That should still work. Okay. So I still need to figure out the two, which should come out of, right, subscribe to Twitch webhook. This is called from here. Yeah, go there. Which is passing in the track new followers string channel ID. So we need to plumb that channel ID information the whole way through. Generate. Bingo. Alright. So now I have a channel ID that'll be passed through. So when I call follower channels add. No. This one. arg dot. I want to pass the channel ID now. Do I need to pass both? Because I am logging information about it somewhere, aren't I? Oh no. No, I'm good. So I'll pass the channel ID, so then here... Oh, who's our new follower there? Thank you so much for the follow. It's Wu-Tan. Welcome, it's Wu-Tan. It's great to see you. I appreciate you joining us here today. Check from the back-end microservice about it. Yes. When I start up the bot, I could gather up a list of all the channels that I'm botting, that I'm managing, and make that call. Well, just save the data off. Just save it off when it comes back from when we do our configuration. So, okay. Right here. This is... Alright, so we're telling it to join a channel. We're getting the channel configuration here. Channel ID. So there we go. But I need to get the channel ID from the channel configuration. Right, and the channel configuration actor consequently now needs to know how to go get that thing, which means it needs an IHTTP context. IHTTP client. Spell it right, Jeff. Spell it right. There we go. Yes, I need one of these. Call it that. And go back to startup for a second. Let's just call this Twitch. Let's call this Twitch Helix API. Right? Hey. Twitch Helix API. Hey, thank you for the follow. The Chronic Phoenix. Welcome. So now in here, I can say client equals HTTP client factory, create client, or do I stash a copy of the client factory? I think I stash a copy of the client factory, so that only when I need it, I'm creating one. Thank you for the follow, Nina. Wow, Nina Adoctrinata. Welcome. Stash that. Good. So now, right, context get configuration for channel. What I can do here is I can say if config.channel ID, if string is null or empty, the channel ID, we're gonna go get it. Using var client equals, you know what? No, don't do that here. Let's say get channel ID for channel, and we'll have this method do all of our HTTP context goo, so that we have the channel ID and all that. So using var client equals client factory, create client, And what was it called again? Twitch Helix API. So we're going to say client. Now this is going to return an HTTP response message, which we're going to need to deserialize in order to inspect. So we're going to go to, in the URI, we're going to go to is users. But it's not just users, it's, and it's not ID, it's going to be login. And we're going to jam on there the channel name. Okay, so we're going to go get that data, and that's going to return a message. I'm going to need to JSON deserialize that. But I don't really need a full JSON object for this. Right, I could turn this back into just and just do some JSON link across this, right? To query across it, right? Isn't that a J object? Right? Response equals message dot results. That's the response message. Okay. Content? Okay. Read as stream async will turn. Okay, so not read as stream. I want read as string. So let's take. We're not doing that. Oh my gosh. Relevant Jesse, thank you for the raid. Look at that. Welcome, Raiders. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're writing a little bit of code to integrate with Twitch's APIs so that we can set up a webhook to receive new follower information. And we're doing all of our work today with .NET on Linux. We're celebrating the month of October. No, Ubuntober. All Ubuntu, all Linux, all GNU content, all month long. Thanks so much for joining us, Relevant Jesse. How's it going over there on your channel? What were you guys working on today? Over there on your channel. What were you and the viewers doing? Right? Let's see. So I'm getting. So this is some sort of a string. This is the body. More C# WinForms fun. You know what? WinForms has its place. Has a very good place. So, and there's some really nice stuff that's happening with WinForms in .NET Core 3 that I think, right, we can't underestimate. A lot of performance improvements coming there. Newtonsoft JSON, and I want to just do link across it. I just want to link, just inspect. I want to query the information. Just give me that user ID out of it, right? I'm getting this JSON object, so I can do jobject.parse. Fantastic. Let's just call this obj because I don't care what it is. jobject.parse the body. And it doesn't know what this is, so I'm going to control dot on that so I get my using statement. So now this is a J object. And I can now go across this with these different parameters. So if I'm following the reference here properly, this is what it'll look like when I get my users object back. So what I should be able to do is specify data. This is going to be the 0th one. So data 0 ID should get me the value. I'm going to return a string from here, not void. Right? So inside here, let's say return obj. Right, it was data, the 0th object, ID. Now, what does that... do I need to do like a dot value or something on the end of that? So that it knows... looks like it might give me a string coming off of there. You know? I think that'll work. Can I put a toString on this? See what that chalupa looks like? So, alright, that's the channel ID that's coming off of this. right? So let's call this channel ID here. And I know I'm over allocating variables. That's okay. We can optimize later. So I'm going to save the configuration for channel. Channel name. And actually, we just want to stash that right in the config. Right? So we have config here. So we can say config.channelid. No. Channel ID equals what came out of that. And the config we're going to save is this. So it's the same data we just fetched. We're just going to save it right back out to disk and return that data. Need to cast. Where do I need to cast? Cast as string. Here. I think I'm okay, right? Do I have that right? Hey, President, not sure. Good to see you. So let's try running this now. We should see it get the channel ID properly here. Should. I hope. I think that'll work. Thank you for the follow, Stuckles. Stuckles? Welcome. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. So that should get the user information, and we should start to see it then when it loads that information. You know what? Let's log at that. Right? Thank you for the follow, Chris Murrer. Murrer? Welcome. You know what? No. Let it fly. Let's see what happens. Right? Nothing ventured, nothing lost, nothing gained, nothing. I don't know. Here we go. I need to change the label here. It's not Let's Discuss. We're going to do some sort of it's going to be a 12-hour developer festival. Festival of fun. We'll have a bunch of guests on, and it'll be a celebration of 10,000 followers. But here's the thing I want you to know, chat room. Our friend Fairy Wings is at 9,700, 97 and change followers. If she gets to 10,000 followers before me, she's going to give away 6 chainmail pendants. 5 to folks in her channel and 1 to followers in my channel. So I need to use that ID. Yeah, so do me a favor. Thank you for the shout out to Fairy Wings. Terrorist and No Muscles. Thank you for those follows. Which ID, Bricky, am I missing? Right, I'm grabbing the ID, I'm returning it here, and I'm passing it over here. I haven't fully got it all the way down the chain. I don't think I have it all the way down the chain yet. But let me refresh and see if we can make sure that we get that ID. I'd like to see it saved into the file properly. So I'll tell it to join here, and it looks like we got an error. Because well, maybe it did. I can't see it. So let's go up here to my configuration, because I'm saving my configuration as files here. And there's channel name. I don't see channel ID. I don't think it saved it back. Womp womp. Well, actually, I don't think I saved this file. I don't like that. I think I missed it. Try that again. Run again. There we go. There we go. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this one. Can't go wrong twice in a row. I can't make the same mistake. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can. All right, back over here. Refresh this page. Join the C# Fritz channel. And it's not showing me that it joined anything. So I worry that there's an error. Error while creating channel configuration actor. Oh, we're not passing the HTTP client factory in here. That's a different error. All right, so when we created this, right, we need to pass the HTTP client factory into here, which comes out of channel manager actor. You see where we're going here? Channel configuration actor, props create, not just data context, but HTTP client factory. There we go. I feel like I should do the same thing with the follower. Right when we create the follower service, where'd it go? It's here somewhere. I know it's here. This one. right? Am I passing? Yeah, I am passing the factory. All right, we'll deal with you later. Don't mess with it. All right, so that should now be passing the appropriate argument in there, and we should be able to test and see. Right, it's this massive hierarchy that we're going through here to pass around objects. There we go. Ooh, okay. But did we get the ID? I don't see any errors. Ooh, look at that. Helix users log in the C# Fritz. So it looks like I've got it. Let me check over here in the configuration, because I write these out as JSON files, right? I can see it. There we go. All right, I've got a channel ID. Fantastic. It worked every time, just like magic. Terrorist asks, any special reason why I'm using C# on Linux? Well, I'm typically a .NET developer. I mean, you did tune into somebody named C# Fritz. And we wanted to try out using .NET on Linux. So why not? Yep, I could do a .NET Watch run. I have experimented with it. Yes, so I am RDPing. I am running a Linux VM on my machine here that we're hosting on, so we can take a look and inspect and tinker around in there. Just for fun that's a nice way to put it. We're trying it out, seeing if there's something there that we might like. Hey, Rambling Geek. Hello. Sorry, Pluto Nan. No, this is not a COBOL stream. Sorry. Okay. So I have the ID. Did it pass it over to? Let me close some of these other files. Is it using that ID now? Well, actually, no, not the follower controller. It should be in. No, not there either. Not there. Where'd it go? This one. So it should have connected out. Now tracking. So it added it. It should have subscribed to the Twitch webhook. It should have sent this with the appropriate channel ID. Ooh, but did it actually get there? Okay, Helix users log in. Okay, so it got that information. Posted to Helix webhooks hub. Yeah. Sending request. Bad request. Let's take a look back at this. So I'm now saying follows first and to ID. So now I have a topic that looks like, right, I'm passing the appropriate. I wonder if the payload here doesn't look right. I wonder. Context get logger. Yes. Wait a sec. Don't mind if I do. What else can we do there? No. I would have preferred to have called it that, but whatever. Logger, log. Yep. Log level. And, yeah, debug. And the message we're going to output is, yeah, the payload sending to Twitch. And we're going to, why don't you like log level? Everybody loves log level. That one. No. No. String payload. Right? Something like that. Now we should see what it looks like before it goes out there. And you know what? Let's run that .NET Watch. I don't even need to specify, right? I could just say .NET Watch run because I'm in the same folder as the project I want to run. I don't have to specify it so much. But every time I save and make a change here, it will... Why didn't you like that? 48, line 48. Are you kidding me? I don't want to fully qualify. It should be that, but... No, wait, that one was right. That one should be a Microsoft Extensions log level debug.
I'm Scott, I'm new here.
The Mindful Coder, thank you for joining us. Appreciate the sub, and we'll make a donation to what's it called? I keep blanking on this. We'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Too many things in the head here. It's getting out of control. My gosh. Yeah, need to work on that. Make the watch. There we go. So, all right. It's built. It's running properly. Let's reload here. Tell it to connect to C# Fritz. Now tracking followers. Okay, so I've got a bad request here. Did it at least log what it did? I don't see it.
Let me add some value.
Oh my gosh, Carrie! Thank you so much for that very generous cheer. Oh my goodness. How many lows would Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? Wow, 25 other folks in chat. You just got a cheer reward, and we're going to make a very nice donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, if you got an emote from Carrie's cheer there, let her know. You should have a little button that popped up there you can click. Thank you so much for the follow. Deep7. Thanks so much for that. I don't see the payload here at all that I was trying to log. It should have logged, and I'm over in. There we go. Very cool. Thank you so much for that. So I've got the Akka logger here, and it should be writing that out here. Why isn't it? Yeah, big emote hype. Thank you so much, Carrie. I'll push it out as warning. Right, and it's before it does the post, so we should see it. So it's now restarting the server automatically for me because I saved that file, and I'm in watch mode. So I will add myself here, restart. There we go, look at that. Payload sent to Twitch, hub, callback, right? Okay, mode subscribe, topic, HTTPS API, blah, 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 blah. That looks right. Least seconds, that looks right. Secret, my secret. And it responded with a bad request. Now, it would have been nice if there was some other information with that bad request. She wants to co-host the Dev Intersection stream again? Well, I think there's plenty of opportunity for that. Plenty of opportunity. And she's an avid cheerer, for sure. So, this looks correct here. I like seeing, right, this feels like it's the right syntax. Let's go back over here. So the body parameters, hub, callback, okay, that looks right. Mode, subscribe, good. Topic, and there's the API TV. Helix users follows. Lease _ seconds, that's an integer, that looks fine. Secret is a string. So this looks appropriate, but it's not clear what the bad request is. Is it possible to use Hyper-V to make a Kubuntu VM? Sure. Why wouldn't it be? It's supposed to be a SHA? No, it's just supposed to be a string. And it's going to use that to SHA-256, the secret and the notification bytes that it's sending. So we'll receive that information back encrypted with whatever that is. This is more or less just a password that we're passing. So for right now, for it to be, you know, just something lame there. The last line in the console, is that part of the bad request? Let's take a look-see. Unaccounted for user state badge info. I don't know. Is there a way to output the response header stuff to see the HTTP status? Good question. Extra chunky. Is that a peanut butter preference? If so, you have chosen wisely. Quite wisely. I think so. Let's take a look. Maybe there is something going on there. So this will be an HTTP response message that we should be able to inspect at this point and maybe do something with. So, right? If response message dot well, I don't want to say ensure success. Isn't there a way to just say is success? Yeah, is successful. So if it's not successful, let's start logging some bad things. Logger.log log level Akka event log level error. And we want to output something about, well, here's what came back. So there might be some payload with this, right? There might be some text. So we're going to want to read through that. So we're going to need a... No. Thank you. Stream reader. And the stream we're going to read is response message. Can we say... I want the response message. Content, that's it. Content dot read as... Well, we just read as string. I don't need all that other stuff. And that'll give me the body of it, right? Get... Well, wait a sec. I'm already... So let's call this response body. And we can await that, because we're inside of an async task here, so... Who typed that? What are these? No. Logger log, and we're gonna... error response body. Thanks so much for the follow. Who followed? Who is that? Libertarian boy. Welcome. We're equal opportunity offenders here. Everybody's political beliefs are welcome, but please, no politics discussion. Okay. So I think that should be able to show me the response body. There might be some headers there that we would want to inspect as well. Let's see what that has. So, right, I have the watch turned on, so it already rebuilt and it's already ready to go here. Thank you for the follow. Code sane. Okay, now that's just wrong. I don't know anybody who codes sanely. We're all a little bit insane inside. Does tabs versus spaces qualify as politics? Yes. Yes, it does. Where's my... I don't have the voice changer turned on. I need to turn the voice changer back on. I haven't done that in a while. Okay, now tracking followers. Did we get... There we go. Error response, bad request. Must provide a valid content type header with a request body. Please use application JSON. I thought I did. Miguel asks, which keyboard do I use? Check this out. Check this out. I've got a keyboard command. Boom. It's a Vortex Race 3 with Cherry MX Blue switches. Isn't there a colon missing after bearer in startup? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what we haven't done in a while here, chat room? And Stelzy's kind of pointing this out. Thank you, Stelzy. Do I need? Well, hang on. I am passing except instead of content type. I had it on the global HTTP client factory, but it broke the GET requests. Well, no, it's here, right? I need it. So, hang on. This is telling me I need a content type header of application JSON. Like, am I missing something here? HTTP client content type header, right? How do you set the content type for an HTTP client request? Am I doing something am I just wrong here? Right? I tried to do that and it blew up. It allows me to add, but when I try to add content type, it throws missing header name. Right. What should we be doing here? Except add. Holy crow. Okay. That's a thing. For those who didn't see, content headers, content type. But that's from 2014. No, I need content type. Try add without validation. That's just wrong. Tries to force you to obey certain standards. Blah, 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 blah. How do I like Visual Studio Code instead of Visual Studio? It's not bad. It's not bad. Let me see here. What do you... I mean there's no keyboard command. Let me see. So it's not here, right? Set content type. That's in 2011. No. I want it in .NET Core. Right, so default request headers doing the try add. Yeah, that's wrong. Oh, so it's in the content. It's specifying the type there. Okay. So let's try that again. Let's come back over here when I'm doing this one. So when I'm passing, right, there's the string payload. Post async, new string content. I want to specify, not the encoding. Do I need to specify the encoding? I guess I do. What? Ugh. No. Okay, and you're not going to give me a... Is there a using that I'm missing here? Yes. Give me UTF-8. All right, now the media type there. I can do application JSON. That should work now, right? Almost always UTF-8. Why don't I use the official doc? Why doesn't the official doc appear? It didn't appear in the list. It's not applications. Did I do applications? Oh, drat. All right, here's what I should do. And what I need to do while this is restarting. Let's do something I haven't done in a while here. Let me hit this. Let me go get live share. Get that chalupa installed. There we go. Let's set up some live share.
Developers,
Thank you for the follow. Who's our new follower? Tacos. No. LH... I have no idea how to pronounce that. Thank you. And did I spell it wrong again? Yeah, Jason. Yeah, we're good there. We're good. Chalupas, tacos, same thing. Thank you. Let's start a collaboration session. Yes, open that link. It's okay. Sign in with GitHub. Yes, please. If you'd like to join, and let's make sure this is read-only. Where's the read-only button? Follow a guest, share a server. Yeah, where's the read-only button here? Yeah, I get it. There was a separate option for read-only. Well, then we'll end this session. Thank you. Start collaboration session. Nope. Didn't even give me an option to make read-only. There it was. All right. Now we'll copy that link. Am I able to debug C# in Visual Studio Code? Sure can. There you go. If you'd like to join the live share, if you're running Visual Studio Code, click that link and you can join, or Visual Studio 2017. Click that link and you can join in, and you can navigate around. You can wander around the code as I'm writing here. There we go. And we'll see some of our friends pop up over here. Keep an eye on things and make sure that I'm not doing something completely crazy. So, I just saved the file. We made a little change in there, so let's let it recycle. So live share lets you, wherever you are in the world, jump in and see my code live and navigate around it. That's pretty cool. Yes. Always accept anonymous, folks. You don't need to announce everything. Where's the configuration buttons for this? No. Alright. So let's see what happened. Here. Refresh. Come on. Now tracking the followers. Yeah. Hub.mode is required. Mode? Was mode a thing? Yeah. Hub.mode. Subscribe, unsubscribe. Wait a sec. Did I create this hierarchically? Did I make this structured when it really just wants a series of parameters being passed in with that name? That could be. That could be. Oh, thank you, Extra Chunky. I think it is pretty cool. Right? And please feel free to connect in and give me some feedback. I don't want to open it up for live anybody being able to edit, only because we could run into issues. You know what I'm saying? So what if this webhook payload focused my attention where? I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see where it's trying to focus me. Hugo. Hello, hello. I think Did I create that object over here? Yeah, there it is. So the subscription payload, maybe we need to name these hub dot all of those things, right? So we put in things like these JSON properties to override the default names of each one of these properties, right? So they get serialized like that, right? So think about this for a second here, friends. For those of you who haven't seen live share before, and if you're trying out the connection, that's really cool. I appreciate you joining in and offering some insight into some of the crazy code that we're writing here today. I'm using a Microsoft editor with a development framework built from Microsoft on Linux, and you're able to connect in and interact with it live over the internet. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So now instead of serializing object hub equals payload, I'll just serialize object payload and see what that looks like. What do you think, chat room? Clicking things, not a problem. So it's going to restart there. Let me go back over to my browser. Now, those of you that are connected, if I started, I could start in debug mode inside of Visual Studio Code, and you would get interactions where you would be able to log in directly to the application. So that says it's following, but let's see what the error came up. I think we're getting something. I think we're getting something. All right. So payload sending to Twitch, right? Hub.callback and all that stuff. Accepted. Okay. Look at this. Chat room. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look. Host, that's okay. That's the host that we're listening on. Okay, executed action, get in 8.8 seconds. Get, unhandled exception occurred. Synchronous operations are disallowed. Call read async or allow synchronous IO to true instead. Okay, so this is inside of the follower controller. All right, we're getting somewhere here. So our follower controller is where we're listening to receive the information back on that validation. So this is telling me on line 30. So here, I need to read to end async, right? And I can await that. Get rid of that extra paren. And that's going to rebuild automatically because I'm doing the watch. What do you think, chat room? I think we're close. I think we're really close. Okay, so it's rebuilding. It's rebuilding. So let me refresh the page. Let's try to connect to C# Fritz. And because I'm using that NGrok tunnel, there we go. There's the message coming back. Huh? Okay, payload from Twitch verification. So it didn't send me any payload there. Thank you for the follow, Marquette46. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's good to see you, and thank you for joining us today. So this is telling me there's no payload. I think it's full of hogwash. I think it's lying to me. So, and I've got the look at so. NGrok is showing me that it passed through and it returned a 200 OK back to Twitch when it made that connection. So what this is telling me, it sent the OK, but this payload worries me. The fact that nothing's there feels weird, right? I'm looking at the headers and I'm expecting to get... Right, I need to send back some sort of a response that says, "Oh yeah, I got the thing. I subscribed properly." Right? And that's where get user follows. Not that one. Not that one either. No. Subscribe, unsubscribe to events. What am I supposed to send back? What's the what? Okay. So subscription. If your subscription passes review, Twitch sends you a request to confirm that you requested the subscription. To confirm, you must respond to the request with the challenge token provided in the query parameters and an HTTP success response code. Aha! Okay. There it is. Hub.challenge. There it is. Look at that. Okay, okay. And hub lease seconds. Okay, so it's passing the information back to me. So I don't need to look at the headers at all. Yep, gzip encoding. That's okay. So hub, I'm going to request the query hub.challenge, and I need to respond. You must respond to the request with the challenge token in the query parameters and a success response code. That's easy. That's easy. I don't need any of these payload things, right? I can just get rid of this now. Right? I can do that. And I can return, well, I'm going to be returning a string. Right, object value, that's it. That's all I'm going to return. So that's going to be, oh, wait a sec. Hang on. I can say hub dot, oh, thank you for the follow. Code Rifter. Cool name. Welcome, Code Rifter. It's great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. So can I hub dot challenge? It's not gonna like that. That's not a thing. No, we can't do that. Can we just call this challenge, but say from? No! Don't focus my attention. Don't do that. Bad idea. Hang on. Not over there. I need to go to follower controller. I was over here. From query. Can I specify? I can't specify the name of the query string that I'm pulling it from? No, there's got to be a thing there. ASP.NET Core from query. There's got to be a way to specify the argument that you're binding from, right? Because I would really like to be able to, right, say from query and specify that, like, use that hint to specify a little bit more about it, right? Right. What was that extra chunky? Oh, yeah. HTTP get with the parameter name. Is that what I want? Well, it's on the you did focus participants. Okay. So it's not bind property. Thank you for the follow, Door95. Appreciate you joining us. And I am going a little bit longer here today just because I can. So, from query attribute, Atanosu, welcome. Appreciate you joining us. So, from query, oh my goodness. And thank you, MaxGur91. Appreciate the follows. This number isn't quite accurate. We're at 8152. It's going to be more than that. Thank you for the follows. I'm not going to pronounce those last couple, but appreciate you joining us. Yeah, I thought I could do from query name of parameter, but I don't. Is that a thing that I can do? Yeah, there we go. So maybe I can do, well, wait, that's in a model object. From header name equals. So, hang on. Where's from query in here? It's gotta be in here. It's gotta be in here. Well, let's give it a shot. Right? If I say name equals hub.challenge. Are we okay with that? Can we do that? Is that a thing? Let's let it recycle. Read the chat. Read what chat? Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that sticker giveaway. I can't do, Bricky, I can't do HTTP get with the param name because that'll change the format of what I'm expecting. Semicolon expected. Where? Follower controller line 34. Huh? Here. Oh. I'm not returning the challenge. There it is. Now we'll start that again. So. Yep. 8158 is the number that I'm showing over here. Alright, so that looks like it started properly. Oh man, I'm feeling good. Yeah, sometimes I want to be careful, and in order to stay family friendly, I don't want to read necessarily everybody's names here. Some of them aren't exactly here we go. So there's GitHub challenge. Get executing controller action. Executing object result, writing value of type system string. So it looks like it wrote it. Looks like it. Yeah, I did from query. I did that. From query name equals hub.challenge. I mean, the wrong way. Right? And we can write that out. We can see what it looks like now. Page updating. Do. Here we go. So let's refresh. Try again. There we go. Payload from Twitch verification W8RR blah 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 all the way through XA. That looks good. Writing value of type system string. Fantastic. And it returned text plain. So I think I'm now properly listening for new followers. You can also see the comings and goings of the HTTP requests through NGrok on the localhost 4040. Really? Let me go back to that. Isn't there... There isn't a button here that I can see, just the local. Well, we can close some of these. That's not how you spell localhost. Rats. There we go. All right. Hey, look at that. So there's the post of a new follower. Now, did it actually do something with that? Look at that. Zarkov. That happened simultaneously. That happened simultaneously, friends. It's so good. So it's posting it into... Oh my gosh, I'm feeling really good about this. Right? Yeah, it's like magic. Right? We're almost there. Okay, so I'm going to receive those payload requests here. Right? And I should be able to inspect them, right? And get that information. So let's log debug. Right? And I should be able to say new follower reported. Right? And we're going to say whoever the new follower is, which will be model.data. What? Data 0 dot from name. I should have that appearing now. So this is going to restart. We'll get it to reconnect. Get is no longer async. Uh-oh. Conavar dev. No, you're right, it's not. That's okay. that's okay. I think we're all right there. So I'll refresh this page. I'll reconnect. And you're right. We should have some sort of automatic connecting thing. There we go. So it just did the get, and I responded with that. Can I hit replay in NGrok? I could. What a great idea. Posted. New follower reported. The Mindful Coder. Yes! More happened in there. And Zharkov is the one that I clicked through. Oh my gosh! It works! It works! No, not that one.
It's alive!
You're right, 6.59 milliseconds. That's pretty stinking fast for it to receive these. You know? Okay. Next step. We've got to send the notification to the train. What did I do? It wasn't me, Carrie. I didn't do it.
You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
I'm the dude. I can prove it. I can prove it. No, wait, that's not them. I'm the dude, and I can prove it. Look at this. Watch this. Oh yeah, got the gunners on now. Now I'm a serious developer. No, not gonna do that today. I met the folks from Gunner at TwitchCon, and they've got some really cool glasses now. These glasses are about 3-4 years old. I forget what model they are, but I got them with this really cool Heroes of the Storm bag that came with them. I really like using them, and I'm not at the right. I'm not too far in here. I'm okay with it. Okay, so now let's do the last piece. Let's connect the final piece here. So now we're receiving messages on our API controller when we get new followers. We need to actually notify our widgets when there is a new follower. So the way to do that is, well, first off, hang on, let's do this. Follower service actor. This just subscribes to the webhook. We're okay at that point. At some point, we're going to need to renew those webhook leases. What kind of app am I working on? Asks Antonosu. We're building a distributed chat bot. A bot that's able to manage multiple chat rooms at the same time. And we're connecting using webhooks to the Twitch API. So we learned a lot about webhooks, how we can connect and verify and get a good connection with those services and debug on our local machine. But I have a lease that happens here that we're going to need to renew. Renew leases when they expire. Right? That's going to be important. That when that expires, we go and say, oh, we need to keep following these folks. So there's a thing there that I need to do. Nope, Jow Striker, not yet. A lease manager might be in order, mentions Hugo. Yeah. Well, right, I think that's something that when we add the channels to track here, we put something together that lists, here's the lease expiration time that we're looking at, and maybe slice 5-10 seconds off the end of it, and just periodically, like every 30 seconds or so, check to make sure that the lease is still valid and go get it. Hugo asks, is the lease for the bot or per channel? It's per channel. It's per topic that we're subscribing to. So per channel that we're subscribing to. So we're going to need to watch for each one of those, right? When we're following the CPayette channel, we're going to need to make sure that we're getting that information appropriately. So we're going to need to do that here, because right now I have it set to just expire after 5 minutes. No big deal. Now I need to pass that same context. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of space on this drive. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Let's do... What can we do? What can we do? I don't want to run out of space. I'm going to stop this for right now. I'm going to commit what I've got. Yeah, let's go up one. Let's add everything. Completed the webhook connection. It's kind of like the rainbow connection, except you do it with webhooks. And I'm not going to sing like Kermit the Frog. I'm going to work on that. What's using all the space? All the things. Alright, so let's git push. So that's saved. That's out there. Let's see if we can do a little bit of tidying up here. I'm going to open a new tab. Okay. I'm going to guess. Right? Is it Etsy log? Is that where the logs are? No. Where's the logs in Linux? Right? Is it var log? No, spell it right. There they are. Look at them all filled up over there. Right, I just want to... Right, isn't there a good way to purge the logs? Say, I don't care, get rid of all this garbage. Right? I mean, look, some of these things are even gzipped in here and taking up so much space. Right? Syslog .star.gzip. Get rid of those. Yes, do that. What do you mean how dare you say permission denied? rm syslog.star.gz. My password. What do you mean? Did it do that? Okay. That's not bad. Truncate those larges. Right, how do I do that? RMRF? No. No, we're not going to rimraf the whole shebang here. That's a problem. No. Let's see. Wow, that's a lot of file systems. Yeah, I'm almost out of space. I mean, I can reallocate and add space inside of Hyper-V. Truncate-S. Well, and is that even... Right, what the heck is tally log and last log? What are those ones? Oh, you make me sad. Tally log. Okay. How are we on space now? I'm still... Okay, I'm deleting these and... Oh, I can clear apt cache. That's a good idea. Oh, you're right. The double exclamation. I forgot about that one. How do I clear sudo apt-get? No, how do I clear apt? Yeah, absolutely. Let's get rid of that. Is it clean or something like that? Oh, that gave me some space back. Uh-oh. I'm getting a... What happened here? the argument between Node Botanist and Fierce Kittens, that's pretty impressive on Twitter right now. Apt-get auto remove? Is that a thing? What do you mean? Yes, please. I need the megs. I need the megs. We need all the megabytes. Okay. How we doing now? 25 meg free. Stand by. I could just add some gig in Hyper-V. Right, but isn't it, we'll need to reallocate the dev SDA here. Which is going to be crazy. Right? That's going to be a whole thing to have to go through. It's not trivial. Where'd that go? There was a thing that just popped up. Updated software is available for this computer. No! I don't want those things. Well, that explains a little bit of what's using up all my space, is that it's been downloading crap in the background. How are we doing now? It's still downloading stuff. Look at that. 24, 8, 7, 12. Alright, we're alright. Yeah, apt-get auto clean. Let's do that one. Right. Okay. I hope I'm okay for now. I still feel like there's a bunch of crap somewhere on disk that I need to get rid of. You know? You know? Let's see. Is there anything up here that I'm I can get rid of? I hate doing this type of thing. Look at that. Firefox wallpaper. It's pretty big. That's okay. There shouldn't be anything in these folders. I guess. Is there anything in TMP? Let's take a look-see. Oh. Hello. Let's get rid of some of this garbage. All that debug stuff from crashes. I can get rid of the .NET diagnostic and the core effects stuff pretty easily, can't I? Ubuntu has trash as well. Is there anything here in video? Good. Trash. Is there anything? Nope, no trash. Be nice if I could have gotten back to... Of course you can't unmount it. There's nothing there! Oh, we can get rid of that zip file. We don't need that. No, I want to delete. Why won't it let me delete? Oh, I have to do the drag to trash? What do you think you are? Mac? Downloads, we're good there. Okay. Where else? Where else do I need to go? I can get rid of the... Well, what about TMP? Can I clean this out? Can I delete most of this stuff? Right? I mean, these are directories full of junk. You know? I can get rid of that .NET installer. Right? Wait a sec. 11.3 gig available. That's the whole computer, though. Why does it say 11? Whatever. I guess I'm okay. I mean, that's pretty full right there. Where was it? TMP. Right? We can get rid of a bunch of this junk. Right? Goodbye. All right. I probably got enough space now. Probably. All right. Let's get back into this. So, in order for me to do the notification to the widget, right, that's the actual follower train, I need to send SignalR information. SignalR lets us do that live connection back and forth across, right, back and forth across HTTP endpoints. So, what I should be able to do, where this is injecting, come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it here. There's a thing here, and I can't find it right now, but there's a thing. You know there's a thing. Was I injecting it into this? I was. I don't need to do that here. I don't need that hub context here, because I'm going to be receiving that now instead out at my API controller that's getting the webhook notifications. Thank you for the follow, Bipolar Link. Welcome. Appreciate you tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. So now, I'll update this. So we're getting one of these also. We'll do some judicious control periods here so that we get the things. We get the... Come on. Thank you for the follow, Arkit1203. Appreciate you joining us. There we go. Now I can do my control dots. So I get my SignalR using statement. I'm going to get my services using statement. I'm going to get my client using statement. So now, right? We'll call this hub context. And I'm going to tell it to... No. Yes. This is a field. Let's make that available. There we go. So from down here now, what I can do, after I log that debug, come on, hub context clients. Yeah. Ooh. I'm going to want to get the client that has that's, right, clients for the group, and the name of the group is the channel that you were subscribing to. .tuname. Thank you for the follow. Is that Archeanchos? Welcome. Hey, Coding Garden. Hello. Good to see you. So I'm going to grab that group of clients. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the follow, Ursa Miner 666. The mark of the beast is in the sky. Anyways, all right. No. So the ToName. Okay, so I've got that group. Yeah. Cannot apply. What do you mean to him? Fine. The name of the group. Okay. So now I've got the group. No, not as. Dot. And we're going to notify that there's a new follower. Yes! The new follower name is model data 0 dot from name. Okay. And we should await that. You're right, we should. Okay. So now when we're notified, it should... Did I do this right? I didn't. That shouldn't be a 1. That should be a 0. So now, when we get a follow, we should notify the widget for the channel name that's subscribed, that we're watching, that there's a new follower with the name of the follower who came in. Are you with me? Is there an Ursa Major 999? Ooh, good question. Maybe. Welcome. It's nice to meet you, Ursa Minor 666. I appreciate you tuning in. So that should be recompiling right now over here. If I actually told it to recompile. This one. And it's going to be that one. .NET watch run. Oh, I'm feeling good about this, chat room. I'm feeling real good about this, that this is going to work and we're going to actually have the widget doing its thing properly. I'm feeling real good. Really optimistic about this. I'm going to rip off the NGrok console over here so that, hey, you. I'm trying to resize you. Thank you. Let's put you over here somewhere. And we're going to take this and refresh the page. Refresh the page. Don't make me say refresh the page again.
And then?
I'm going to tell it to follow my channel. Okay. I'm going to go over to here and go to the user activity train widget. Okay, so there's the widget. Now what I should be able to do... Oh, come on. This is going to be so good. Watch this. Watch this. Yes! It got the... So I just replayed. I said, well, the mindful coder followed again, and it extended the train length. Now, if I replay again, it should see that the mindful coder is already following and not extend the train. Or maybe I'm completely wrong and we didn't write that piece of functionality properly.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
I'm dealing with people on Twitch. My viewers, my friends, my pair programmer friends out there, and it didn't quite land. But it's okay though, because every time I click replay this, I'm getting the train length extended. It's detecting the follower and immediately doing the thing over there. Somebody follow. Yes. Ursa Minor says, happy to be here. Linux is life. Cool. Hey, that's great. If you enjoy working with Linux, more power to you. I happen to be a Windows person, and we're trying a little bit of Linux. We're all followed already. Fine. If that's how we're gonna play this game, fine. You know what we're gonna do then instead? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open a new thing over here. Rambling Geek! Did that trigger over here? Did that... So I didn't get... Wait a sec. There's Rambling Geek. Did it increment? I wasn't even watching. It jumped all the way to 8. Because we got 2 back to back. And they came in before it. Oh, it picked it up. And look at that, it picked up another follower. Coding Garden. So it is picking it up, it is identifying it, it is adding it. Look, and Stream Elements didn't. M Holloway, all right. And it's extending the train. Look at that. Non-band hazed. All right. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. So I'm picking up 1 on each of these arrays. I feel like I should do a 4 each, just in case I get 2 of these at once. I think you're right, Hugo. Stream Elements is deduplicating to a certain extent. But this looks really good. Ursa Minor asks, am I scripting something to notify me of followers? So this is using Twitch's webhook API. We've subscribed successfully to the webhook. Right, here we go. So there's some introduction information out here about the webhooks that you can connect to. That's not the right thing. Nope, still not the right thing. Why isn't this copying properly out of here? Copy. There we go, there's the link. So, we're listening for when this event occurs, and we're only listening for 5 minutes. That's how long the lease is. So a couple things we definitely have to do here. Yeah, you're right, Stream Elements will do batching, but we're not connected to Stream Elements for this. We're connected directly to Twitch for these. So this is something that we can apply to other services that have webhooks. And there's a webhook that we're already listening to out there for Shopify. So if you have a channel that has a Shopify shop attached, a channel that has a Shopify storefront attached.
You're amazing. You figured this all out already.
I did, Hans. It'll receive notifications when a sale happens, and we can trigger an appropriate widget that says, hey, there's a sale. So we're using very similar logic here. Bardaki!
Bardaki just resubscribed for 12 months. Hello there, Jeff. 12 months went by like a year.
It went by like a year. Thank you so much, Bardaki, and we'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you. Yes, let's give Bardaki a new hat. That'll put you in a rainbow hat with a propeller. Thanks so much. So I think for our initial implementation here, right, for a minimum viable, we've got it, right? It's doing the thing where it's appropriately showing that the train is there, it's opened, it's extended, it's extending properly when follows and unfollows occur. Things that we have to do, issues that we should open and track down. We need to dedupe followers, right? Folks like M. Holloway and Hugo have been following for a long time, and the unfollow refollow that happened there extended the train, but it shouldn't have. And I don't want to download all the followers just to detect whether or not they're and you're right, maybe not in debug, maybe not dedupe and bug. You're right, mindful coder. But we've definitely hit something here where we should dedupe to a certain extent, right? If I have to load up all the followers into a database or something, that's going to be a pain in the neck, you know? So we can do something about that. The replay is so good. You're right, the mindful coder, to be able to do that. But we've now got it hooked up so that the follower service, when it detects a new follower, and it's receiving those properly over the webhook, does notify and our widget lights up here. We could write our own alert widget at this point if we wanted to. We could. We need to do some user interface on the user train, without question. That's got to be a thing. We need user interface on this. We can do some things here around simplifying some of our code, making it, and we've got to renew leases also. So let's open a couple issues here as we wrap up. I'm going to shut down the thing here, the VM. I also need to set up so that we're properly receiving the URL that we're listening on, and we can put it here. So that's those are a couple things that we need to handle. I'm going to stop NGrok for right now, and that was tremendous, getting that running. I really like being able to run that, being able to handle it up. Package and ship it. Fritz Elements 10. No. It's also near real time. Very good point Stelzy makes here. It's near real time, not like TwitchLib, which needed a minute to verify. And TwitchLib does a polling mechanism to get that. So we're a little bit off there. So let's create a couple issues here and check in our code. Git status. Let's take a look. We're going to git commit Now notifying with Signal R when new followers are posted from Twitch's webhook. I'm really happy about this because that is a big piece of functionality to get working there. I'm also going to stop the live share real quick here. So we had a live share open and folks were able to connect in. I'm going to turn that off. There we go. So we've checked in our code. Did I push? I did push. Okay, good. Let's create a couple issues here to track what we need to pick up and clean up next time. So, okay. Follower service should do minor deduping. It should not be easy for folks to trigger a follow, unfollow event to activate widgets. Right, and that's not a bug, but that's an enhancement we need. Sure, help wanted. It's not a bad first issue if somebody wants to try it, sure. And it's not really part of the architecture. I'm not going to put that on a project. Thank you for the follow. Okay. I appreciate that. I'm not going to reference that because that it looks like it's a political thing there. I'm going to allow that. Bipolar Link says, I like your voice. Very pleasant. Many dev streams got not that much of a nice voice. Oh, thank you. I've tried to do a couple reading streams, and I have some streams where I'm reading a story, and I need to get back to doing that. Also, I'm going to play a game this week. A game called Autonauts. Not Autobots, Autonauts. I have the card. The fine folks at, this is at Curve Studios, have given me some giveaway codes for Autonauts. There it is. Let me see if we can go to the bigger. And we're going to play this game. This is a game that actually teaches you how to write some code. And it's green in it, so of course the background drops out. We'll play this a little bit later this week, and I have a bunch of free game codes that we'll give away around learning how to write code to automate a series of bots to build out, and you build out with Scratch. We'll play that later on this week. Hey, look, I wrote a tweet. That was a thing. What else? So we need to do some minor deduping. We need to do, what else? There was something else around the follower service we needed to clean up. Oh, follower service needs to, actor needs to renew leases appropriately. It also needs to be able to, needs to release leases when not in use. Well, hang on, not just needs to renew leases. Well, all right, let's start with that, right? This is going to be an enhancement. Help wanted, sure, if somebody wants to take a shot at it. I don't think it's a good first issue, but I think that's okay. I'm going to create one more here. Follower service needs to use NGrok in dev mode. Needs to configure endpoint URL appropriately. I don't need the appropriately. When in dev mode, use NGrok. When in release mode, use a domain name specified in configuration. I think that's a good place to start. And you know what? I'm going to mark that as a bug and help wanted if anybody wants to take a look at that. So I'm pretty happy with everything that we've accomplished today. Token renewal, incoming endpoint. Yeah. Yep. So we've got a couple of things here that I think are really good fixes. And there's a couple of things here we can take a look at. I think tomorrow we'll come back and we can do a little bit of bug fixing if nobody takes a shot at these. If anybody wants to write a little bit of code here, you're welcome to. We'll put your name on the crawl up at the top of the screen, and we'll recognize you. We'll thank you when we do our code review tomorrow. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. There's the project. Thank you, Hugo. So, we've wrapped things up here for today. Let's see if we can set up a raid for one of our friends. We can see what's going on out there on Twitch. Ursa Minor asks, have I ever built with Arduino? You know what? I haven't, and that's something that I do need to spend some time with. That's a really good idea. There we go. A little bit quieter, so it's not quite so loud, that Mario music. Let's see who else is out there. Oh my gosh, you know who's out there that was just here a little bit ago that we should raid? We haven't raided him. Let's raid our friend Corey Hurricane Weathers. That's right, he is back on. Friends, if you're in the chat room and you're gonna go along on the raid with us, copy out this line right here. Copy that onto your clipboard. Get ready. We're going to announce our presence when we get over to see our friend CLW. If you're not a subscriber, that's okay. Copy the second line right here. And we'll be able to announce our presence when we get over there to see our friend Corey Hurricane Weathers. There he is. I'm going to kick off that raid. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. This was tremendous today. We got a lot done. We've got our webhook built. We've been able to test it running locally, and we're all set up to build out our widget and make it a little bit more graphical and turn it into something that we can use. All right, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Get ready to go say hi to our friend CLW. He's another one of the live coders, and if I'm seeing this right, he's wearing his live coders jersey also. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Take care.